Exactly how much harder do you think it is to have a kid than to have a cat? Hi everyone, I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah.
And today we are going to talk about kids.
Dun dun!
Yeah. We've been together for like almost 5 years now. We've talked about kids.
People ask us when we're having kids and have for the last, 4 years of those 5.
So now we're going to talk about it with you guys. I got some questions that we're going to answer. If you guys have any questions for us relating to kids or just anything, go ahead and shoot those down in the comments. All right, let's get started. Question number 1, did you babysit growing up?
I did. I babysat starting when I was in like sophomore year in high school or so. The kids ages between like 1 to 7, I think.
I also did as well. I babysat some neighbor kids. I can't even remember when I started. It must have been like middle school or something. There was like kids 2 blocks down. I babysat 2 kids. And then when I got into high school, another family found out that I was babysitting and he asked me to babysit his 2 kids. So
I love that.
Every time I babysat, it was always 2 kids. It was always 2 boys. And it was like about 2 years apart.
I feel like babysitting is the job that you get the most referrals for. Like as soon as you babysit for one person, everyone's like, you babysit?
Yes. Even now we're babysitting our neighbor and another one of our neighbors was like, hey, do you guys babysit?
Can we get your number? Like, yes.
Question number 2 is, what is your wildest dream when you see yourself as a child?
It's hard to say wildest because I want to say like the first thing I thought of was traveling like a ton with the kid. But I like whenever I see a parent like on social media or something that is doing that with their kid, I'm like follow, because that is like a wild dream, because I know it can be very difficult, but I know it's possible and I want that. Like I would love to show our kid the world as they grow up and not just like, because most people like they take a gap year to like find themselves and they travel the world or whatnot. Like how would that change your like the path of your life if you were doing that your whole life? You know?
For me, it's not like even like a specific like moment, but just like those moments where you're just like having fun with your kids and like your kid is just like, or like that first time when your kid like tells you or you see your kid do what they love for the first time. Like I really want to experience that. Like for like my parents, that would have been like the first time I like performed and like
basically seeing
like
your kid
seeing
like glow.
that moment.
Them just like radiating like joy and fulfillment.
This one's like, we have a couple, but okay, like what names do you, this says, what names do you think are awesome? But like, do you have any names in mind?
I constantly forget what they are. We have to write them down all the time. But it's interesting because if we get married or when we get married, I will take his last name because we both have hyphenated last names. So we obviously can't have all 4. So we're like, let's just take this opportunity to just pick our favorite one.
And we're also gonna cut it down to 1.
Yeah, just to 1, the simplest one.
My hyphenated name, they're both my dad's last name, so no one's gonna be offended when I take one of them.
Yeah, exactly, same here. And Golden is the only one that never gets asked for the spelling. So that's Golden. The one that wins.
But
but that makes choosing like potential names very interesting because it makes some names seem like stage names and some names just seem ridiculous. Like last night when we were watching a show and there was a character named Mo, and I was like, we can't name our kid Mo, it'd be Mo Golden.
I know this is another color, but I like the name Lavender. I also like the name Aaliyah. It's really funny, all the names that I think of are for girls, so apparently I really want a daughter. The next question was, what last name will the kid have? And we already said that. It will be Golden.
Golden, yeah.
Which do you think would make you happier, going out to eat with your kid or without? And why?
I think going out to eat with our kid, just because when I was waiting tables, like my favorite thing was seeing kids with their parents where they're actually interacting and not just like on their iPad or something, or like when the kid orders for themselves.
Yeah.
Like that is my favorite thing, and watching the parents be like, you can order, go ahead, and the kid just like takes charge and like is confident enough to just do the order. So I feel like it would make me so happy to be like, yay, I raised one of those kids, you know?
Maybe we're biased because we don't have kids, but we go out to eat by ourselves all the time, so I'd love to go out to eat with our child. Oh yeah, would you let our son go to kindergarten in a dress?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
They can go whenever they want.
Yeah. This is funny. Exactly how much harder do you think it is to have a kid than to have a cat?
1,000 times harder. Having a cat is like one of the easiest pets. Cats do not
leave a
care.
cat alone. Most cats like to be left alone. Like you can't like leave a cat.
Honestly, if you even left like the food out, the cat will feed itself. Like the cat will break into the bag and start feeding themselves.
Okay, next one we got, what should our kids' relationship with technology be? At what age would our kid get their first cell phone, computer in their room? / VR headset, question mark?
I think I don't want to limit them because it's like, especially in the future, it's going to be like even more accessible outside of the household. So it's like if we try to limit them, like they're just going to use it elsewhere. But I think the like key would be teaching them the pros and cons of technology and the like the failings in technology and how technology can be used as a tool, and but also how it can be harmful. But as far as like having a phone,
they have a phone.
Yeah, I definitely want a kid to have a phone like as soon as possible. It's just a matter of like whether it's a phone that has this completely smartphone or if it's like a
like
plain phone.
Especially first time parents. Parents are always like super paranoid, so I'd love for my kid to have a means to contact me whenever they need to contact me.
Yeah, I want them to know that I trust them, you know?
And we ain't got house phones, so it's not like our kid will be home and have to call us on a house phone. Like, no, like.
I'd rather start off giving them the responsibility that having access to like whatever technology is common at the time, and then go from there.
Yeah.
You know, just start off with the basis of trust.
Okay, so this next question is, what lifestyle standards do you have today that you have to keep or won't be able to function? How would we accommodate those things, especially during the first few years? So one thing off the top of my head that I can think of is I do music and she does graphic design. So like, those are both things that we're like kind of alone to do. We can do them in the house, but like having a child might, you know, mess with that a little bit in terms of like, I need to focus and I can't be like focused on the kid while I'm trying to focus on my work. So I think that one wouldn't be too hard though. Like obviously like one of us could take the kid and one of us would.
It honestly feels like we're getting practice with that now as we're watching like a young kid right now. So we're kind of getting practice in what it's like to be able to share the responsibility of another being that needs your help.
But other than that, we're like mad boring, so we don't go out. We don't like, there's like nothing else that would really have to change.
I know, seriously, because I was like traveling, but I'm like, we've gone this long without traveling during the pandemic, so.
What is your understanding of co-parenting and what does it look like to you?
I want to say 50-50, but 50-50 knowing that like that may change depending on like what our individual responsibilities are outside of our like relationship parenting.
Yeah, it's the same as a relationship. It's just like understanding and being there when you're needed, and like obviously you have to just know off the bat that there are some things that you may not get to do. Yeah. Because you have a kid.
I feel like it's, in my head I'm thinking of it as like caring about all three, or the well-being of all three parties equally. So yourself, your co-parent, and the children. I mean, I know your kids end up being more of a priority than both of you, but that's how I think of it. Yeah. Because like in order for us to function as co-parents, we would have to be able to function independently too.
Yeah. Okay, next is, if I get a better job that would mean our family has to move, would you willingly follow, or would you resent me so I won't even consider it in the first place?
Whoa.
I know.
No, I feel like in a situation like that, I feel like we're very good at communicating, and I feel like that's something that you and I have gone through enough situations to be able to handle a situation like that, like discussing like what is the best option. Like I would move if it was a good fit for our life at the time, like yeah.
Also, I feel like with us at least, you can take the better job out of it. If one of us got a job offer somewhere else and it would be a good fit, we would do it. It doesn't really matter who has the better job or like the more paying job, like because that also ties into what you were just saying about the well-being and happiness of all three of us.
Yeah.
And not just one person.
Yeah, if that change is gonna tip the balance like way out of balance, then yeah, something to discuss.
So this one, this is if, but it's funny because we are. What challenges do you think will arise because we're a multicultural family?
Oh, okay. I would say a big factor is that neither of us will have the same experience as our child.
Yeah.
Because I'm white and you're black and they will be mixed. So we won't be able to perfectly understand what they're going through. Like no matter how much reading and research we do ahead of time to try to prepare, we won't know what it's like.
We just watched something where this happened, where I think it was like, like the black, they're both just like, you are mixed. I don't understand what it's like to be you, and I never will. That's never something I'll ever have to experience. But like, I am here to try and help.
Yeah.
So like, if I can, please allow me and please tell me where I can help. I think that will probably be a pretty big challenge, but I think me and you are definitely two people who are ready for that challenge.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if we weren't, I wouldn't. I would be like, we can't have kids until we're prepared for that challenge, because that will be difficult.
Okay, next. If a magic crystal ball could tell you about your future children or the future of the planet in general, would you want to know?
I would say maybe the future of the planet in general.
Yeah.
Just to be better prepared for the family, but I don't need to know about the kid ahead of time.
That's like the fun part.
Yeah. Unless they're like going to be a serial killer or something.
I know, right?
We can work on that.
Okay, so the last question, we're going to end it right here, is when we learn the sex of our child, either before or after birth, what significance will that have for you? And what impact might it have on our parenting?
No significance at all.
Yeah, we just talked about this where someone suggested, they do like gender reveal parties. They suggested like the kid does a gender reveal party when they choose what gender they would like to identify as. Yeah. And I think that's
amazing idea.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But I think learning the gender, I mean, it's like we just said with like would we let our son wear a dress to kindergarten? It's completely up to the kid.
Yeah. I mean, both of us are cisgendered people. So I think it's like important to know that like we will continue learning more and more about this up until, and continued after we have kids. So like, I don't know how much our opinions will evolve. But like as of now, I'm like, I don't even really want to share the gender of our child like with the public, because what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, why do they need to know what genitals our child has? Like, it's kind of weird.
It's super weird.
Yeah. It's like, unless maybe they're taking care of them.
Yeah.
And it matters medically. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's important.
Yeah, I don't think it's very important, and I don't think it
could be dangerous too.
I don't think learning what the gender is going to change how we would parent. Regardless, we're gonna try and parent our child to be a good human being above everything else. Like the only thing is like, if our kid does choose to be male, respect for women will be, that is what changes when the child decides what gender they would like to be.
Then acknowledging whatever privilege you have because of the gender that you want to present as. Yeah. But that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I get no significance at all. We will love our child no matter what.
Yeah.
But that is all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.
Bye.